We'll
Okay.
introduce ourselves, and you start with your story. All right.
Okay, yeah, but Jimmy Woods, retired Navy. This weekend at a Texaco gas station, the pump wouldn't take the credit card, so you had to go inside, and I did. And there was a young black guy there, 36. We spoke and
All
started a
right.
conversation. It, and it was a good conversation. But after the conversation, he asked for my phone number to be his mentor,
I get that. But
and it kind of threw me off at first. But then we talking. He got a 4-year-old daughter. He's not with the wife. And he asked me, he said, "Well, how long you been married?" I said, 42 years. And it just started a conversation for 20 minutes. So I gave him my number. He texted me. He said, "Man, I'll be calling you next week. I need a mentor." And I'm sitting back like, what? So a friend of mine, when we played golf, he said, "Jay, that's who you are. People meet you and listen to you, and they want you to be a mentor." And I'll be like, okay, whatever. But I'll never say no. And it made me think about what we doing today, right?
yeah,
Right now, we're talking about sales. My firm belief and always have been attitude. Everything in sales dealing with attitude. Leadership is focused on attitude, and people don't understand that today. If you got a piss poor leader, you're gonna have a bad attitude. Period. If you got a good leader, you're gonna have a good attitude. People say, what does that mean? I said, okay, let's make it simple. And that's what made me pull out these old notes this morning. When it comes to sales, in order to be successful, because right now, and this is me, this is where I struggle. Today, everything's about money. Everything is about money. And people are like, well, Jay, why are you not like that? I said, because I'm in a blessed situation to be retired. Me and my wife make enough money, to control our life. But then we worry about what's happening. But when it comes to sales, what people don't understand today, you have to know what your product is.
hmm
You have to believe in your product. I was a Navy recruiter for 14 years. My product was the United States Navy. That was my life. How can I not believe in it? Right? So when you know your product, you have to know your market and your territory. You guys have woke me up. Y'all market is y'all. Y'all circle is your market. Each market member lives in different territories. But this is the biggest problem in sales. You don't know you don't understand people. You don't want to know who you work with. You don't want to know who you work for. And you don't want to deal with people who work for you. I'm successful because I got it. I believed in my area. I knew my people. I knew their wants and their needs. I knew the people that I worked for. They wasn't great leaders, but I made them great because we did our job. Okay. The biggest thing to me in sales is training. Okay. You guys have woke me up to y'all training has to be on what's happening today. Everybody want money. Okay. When you're doing sales, are you listening to your client or are you just worried about the money? And that's what I'm picking up. Certain people that worry about the money only, I don't deal with at all. So when they come to me, well, Jay, I need your advice. I want you to help me with this, teach my people this. I said, okay, don't put me on your books. Pay me under the table. They were like, what? Pay me under the table. $20 bills. I want all $20 bills. And it makes them laugh. And they say, why you like that? I said, because I'm retired. And I've been retired 6 years, but it took the last 2 years for me to understand retirement.
Okay.
I don't have to do anything if I don't want to, period. I just, I don't. But because of this weekend, and because you meet a stranger that wants you to be their mentor, I'm about to be 65. I got a 36-year-old man that wants to, that just met me. He said, I need a mentor. Now, why did he say that? He's a black man, I'm a black man. He want an older black man to be his mentor. How can I say no? I can't say no. And with me, it's not even about the fact that he's black and I'm black. I don't give a damn what color you are. If you need advice from me, if you need help from me, I'm here to help you. Period. And the world need to get back to that because
Mhm.
right now everybody's struggling. Everybody's upset. And I picked that up this weekend. And it made me think about what me and you was going to talk about today with sales. Understand the people you're dealing with. Understand the people you're trying to sell to. Listen to them. This is a problem I got. When you talk to somebody that can't afford to join your circle because they don't have the money to be in it, why you keep messing with them? Just be there to help them. That's it. Okay? Because you're going to get other people that got the money that's going to make you richer. But you have to help the people that can't afford it. So why would you tell them no? Hey, you can't afford it right now. See, this is my attitude. Right now, man, your finances are tight, bro. You can't afford it right now. You can't make every meeting right now. But call me and I'll tell you about the meeting afterwards. Does that help them? Yes. And man, we was at the meeting. We talked about this. I learned this. I picked up this. Something's going to click in their head. And man, this is not for you right now. Give it 6 months. Give it 6 months. Everybody right now, and I'm going to make it real simple. The price of gas, who can afford to come to one of your meetings? And you drive,
And I drive, and I'm
okay?
hauling it. My tank's 36 gallons, so it drinks a lot. So
Exactly. But who can afford gas right now and food?
number one challenge for everyone.
It's a challenge. So why would you turn down your knowledge to help them?
It's audience. It's audience activation. We discussed this.
Yes,
That ascension ladder. You're gonna have people coming in at the bottom, and then the next step, then the next step, then the next step, and you feed the human regardless at what point they come in. It's just, this is why we do build the audience on via video on these platforms. Keep empowering them with knowledge because at some point it's going to click, and then they're going to have a product to sell.
what was in I like what you just said. At some point, it's gonna click. Okay, you see when it clicks? Now we in control because you ask a real simple question. Oh, you ready to listen now?
I give everybody my phone. Your experience at a gas station, same experience I have at gas stations all the time. People look at me, they're like, I was like, you don't even know my name. I'll give you this card. I'm like, reach out because you did the first step. You asked. You saw somebody who could swipe the credit card worked today, and I got gas. So you
Yeah,
saw my transaction. So here's my card. Give me a call, and let's see how we can help you because I'm all about helping because that's what we've been doing. Technology support, helping you with YouTube, helping you build an audience because my audience is everybody because everybody needs to be able to learn how to sell themselves.
exactly. And that's the hard part, right? Well, how
Yeah.
can I sell myself? You got to believe in yourself first. If you believe in yourself, it's easy to sell yourself. PMA, something I learned years ago, positive mental attitude. It's hard right now. You thinking positive, but then you go to the gas station, and I use premium
or
gas.
or whatever else,
Yeah, and I'm
Things
like
come in every single
469,
day.
right? But then I called my son, right? And I said, how much is gas in San Diego and LA? $8 a gallon? What? So that's why I'm happy I'm retired. I don't have to drive to work, but I have to drive to the golf course. But that's what I do. Okay. On days I feel like I can't, because even golf didn't went up. We played golf this weekend at a golf course in Atlanta. I'm not going to embarrass him and say the name, but for $85, it was not worth it. But because I played with my high school friends, we had a good time.
Mhm.
And we talked trash on the golf course. I said, man, are y'all serious? Y'all set this up? This is raggedy, right? But we had a good time. It didn't even matter, right? But right now, even in golf, when you talk about sales and people that want to play, you have to ask them a question today. Can you afford to play golf? That's expensive. It's an expensive game, right? But I'm retired. So my job is golf. I'm trying to get better. You guys have woke me up for the last month to get back into this, right? People need
Mm.
help mentally, bro. People need to hear positive every day, all day, and let me wake them up to be real. You're gonna have a bad day. We all gonna have a bad day. It's gonna happen. But I don't buy into a bad day.
And that's what we discuss in our I am YouTube famous.com coach classes every Saturday, 9 a.m. You're going to have bad days. The road to success is just potholes, and you have to get over them because that is your goal, and your duty is to make sure that you take care of you and yours, and you have to get past all the bad days.
And you put in the right combination. You got to take care of you first.
You and
No,
yours.
yeah,
It's
you.
you, it's your spouse, it's your kids, it's your family. But the only
Right.
way you can take care of them is by being positive.
And that's it. But like on negative days, and that's why I'm happy. This is the only room I got upstairs. You've been in my man cave.
Yep.
I come up here when I'm going through things. There's been times I've been up here 3 full days. And my wife like, you okay? Babe, I'm fine. Okay. I'm just going through something mentally, you know, and you have to deal with it. And when you're married, a lot of times relationships, and that's a struggle today, relationships. I tell people, I say, you need your own focus. You know, you need your focus, she need her focus, and y'all need y'all focus. I'm glad my wife don't play golf. That's 4 to 6 hours a day, sometimes 10, is me and
Mental
my
clarity.
boys. But then when I come home, because I don't hang with them 3 and 4 hours after a round, because I don't need that argument. You left at 6 o'clock this morning, you didn't get back to 8, right? How was your game, right? But then sometimes I back away from it. We'll go on vacations. I won't bring my golf clubs.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I've done it. We went to Antigua for
Okay.
6 days. I've never played in Antigua. One thing when we go on vacation, if I never played golf somewhere, I always bring my golf clubs. Well, this time I didn't. It was a great 6 days. But what golf men need to understand, you see when you do that every once in a while, you see when you get back, look, for the next 6 months, leave me alone. I'm not changing my schedule.
Well, you bring that up because a lot of people ask us why we've shifted to this always travel together mode. Because people say, hey, you could be flying into cities, you could be hotels. And I'm like, we used to, I've been self employed 21 years. So when I'm in my home city, it was like, I was always on the road, 12-hour days, 14-hour days. I leave early and I'd get home late. So you're not traveling with your spouse and you're not around your kids, and it's all sales all day and travel. And I'm like, it just kind of, it's a lot of stress because you're not
Yes.
together. You're not together. You're not experiencing life together. You're not experience like, and you know how travel goes. road conditions can be great, they can be poor. So you're either gonna spend that time together and learn those road conditions, learn
Mhm.
how to deal with those aggressive drivers together. I think it's better to do it together because we have, of course, I still gotta, you know, leave and do things by myself, but then we just come together and it's like, okay, what's today's focus? Dishes, cooking, make sure all the homework stuff's getting done for the teenager. And then, so it's, it's command and conquer now versus before it was all separated, right?
Yeah,
And I think it's a dynamic flow. You're always gonna have arguments. You're gonna have arguments with your spouse. You're gonna have
that's
arguments with
life.
your customers. It's gonna happen. But how can you use your time more effectively since we have such a short amount of time on this earth?
Mhm.
All right.
Well, with me and her, when we travel together, this is our life. She knows me. When I drive, I focus on the road. Okay. I need you to sit in the passenger seat, get your computer, and watch your movies that you watch. Put on your headphones and leave me alone, right? Because I'll drive straight 8 hours. I'm
Oh,
good.
and that's a challenge. It's similar setup for us. It's just like we need two sets of eyes on the road, just because you're just
Yes.
never really sure. We're driving in a foreign country. In your country, we're Canadian. America's a foreign country to us. We're capable drivers. It's just unless you've been driving those interstates your whole life.
You know
Some
what?
Florida's weird. You exit off to the left.
Yep.
Virginia. Each state's got its own little quirks when it comes to interstates and exits, and you're like, okay, wow. Google Maps doesn't even always tell you the proper exit, right? So you got to
It,
intuitively know.
it, it doesn't. But when
You
you
need to
look
know
at
where you
driving,
need to know where you're going. You need to have that path,
you
right?
better
So,
know where you're going. You got to know the back way because 85% of drivers today can't drive.
it's probably higher.
I would say 99%. I'm the only good driver on the road, right? Because this is a problem. The phone. I can't stand driving and see people on the phone. I'm like, yo, bro, with the technology, can't you do it on your speakers while you're driving? Why you got to hold your phone? And then they got to read the text, especially business people. Okay.
That's why you're supposed to be using the hands free. But I always find when we see weird drivers back and forth, whether it's a semi driver or a minivan or whatever, it's like you can see the distraction. Even if they're using hands free, it's literally right in front of their face, and ours is always off to the side because I'm like, hey, I need to know where I'm going, right? So,
So, do y'all fly sometime?
um, we have been phoned since like last year because I was really I might have to. I just found out I have to come back to Florida to
Okay.
Naples to finish setting up the bank account for our LLC. So I got to figure that out. But then I realized this week I think is spring break this week, so I'm wondering how the airports are going to be. So yes, we have flown a lot in the past. We just haven't done it since like last fall.
Well, airports right now is not good because of TSA.
Mm.
Okay. And the biggest problem with airports, because I used to fly a lot, people that walk with their phone in their hand and don't look up. I'd have more people run into me, and I'm looking at them like, "Can you get off the phone and see where you're going?" And they look at you like you're the problem. I had a kid run into me at airport in Atlanta. His mom started screaming at me because she was on her phone. Well, did you hit my kid? I said, no, ma'am, your kid just ran into me. Why don't you get off your phone and pay attention to your child? Because I was helping the kid up, right? But see, this is what I'm talking about today. That's why I'm so happy I'm retired because I don't have to.
No, I just find there's this growing trend of distraction because
Yes.
there's no real purpose,
No, because
right?
people don't want they don't want to have a purpose. That's reality. People don't want to deal with the world that you live in. Why? You have to. This is the world you live in. When you talk about sales, you have to deal with people, a whole bunch of people with different mindsets, with different backgrounds. But if you know your product, it can help everybody.
Knowing your product and then knowing how your product in and out so you can help them, because realistically you're moving them from one place to another place.
Yep.
But there, we were just talking about distractions. They're distracted.
One of the
It's
biggest
capturing their imagination.
distractions is some days, I love the Navy, right?
Mm,
Now, I've been retired since '04. Some days, I hated the Navy. That's my product. But see, doing sales, what made me successful? I explain it to people real simple. You're gonna have good days, bad days, and different days. Period. But then you have to wake them up. Because right now, they're living in good days, bad days, and different days. It is what it is. You have to deal with the moments. But you have to look at the big picture. Conversation that happened this week, a friend of mine called me that's still an active duty recruiter. It's hard to recruit right now because of what's happening. I
okay.
get it. I get it. I understand it. They said, Jim, but you were so good. Could you still sell the military? Yeah, it's a job. They said, what? I say, it's a job. It's not even the military no more. It's a job. Parents right now are upset and they're supposed to be because of what's happening overseas. I get it. But I was a recruiter. When you join the military, your ass is in the killing business. Okay? Now, a lot of parents take a 17-year-old. The parents got to sign the paperwork. You know what I sold them on? Insurance money. Especially if your kid is in a gang. Well, why would you have your kid in the gang when they can join the military? Because if they're in the game and they get killed, you don't even have insurance on them, right?
Mm,
But if they get killed in the military, you go at the time, you'll get $400,000. You'd be surprised how many parents signed the paperwork. And people say, well, why do you tell them that? Because that's the truth. There's
well,
no sense in
they
lying.
need to know the environmental variables going on with the decision. A
They
lot of
have to
people
know it.
don't, because they get sold on bright shiny things that fill a need today and don't fill tomorrow's need.
There you go.
I deal
We
with
deal with this
technology
every
all the
day.
time. It's transformation from one set of beliefs to another, one reality to another. But most of the time, they're just not the environmental variables are not the change management. Like, you're gonna go from this place to this place, and there's
Mhm.
gonna be all these environmental variables that change, and you may be scared of them. But here's the pros and the cons. So if you want to go from place A to place B, my job as a salesperson, as a instructor, as somebody helping you with your YouTube channel, I'm taking you from this place to this place. There's going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be days you're frustrated, but my job is to get you to place B because you've entrusted me with my experience
Exactly. Like you
and
say,
giving
pros and
giving you
cons.
the result that you're looking for, whether or not you're fully committed to it.
Well, see, commitment changes every day. I like pros and cons. To where you take a tablet, draw a line down the mirror, pros, cons. Write it out so you can see it. What's the reason for doing it? What's the reason for not doing it? And see how long each side goes. And then make a decision and live with it. That's the easy part that people make the hard part. Make a decision and live with it. Because of where I'm from, 30 seconds can change your life for good or bad. If you got a gut feeling that you shouldn't be somewhere, leave. Because if you don't, it can turn out real bad. But sometimes it can turn out real good. But it goes back to what I always say, common sense is not common. That's not going to change. That is
Someone
not
brought,
going to change.
someone brought that up to me the other day at a store, and I said, it may have been common, but then the internet came out and we got distracted by all
Yes,
these shiny things. So terms we grew up with, it's like explaining building audiences to people using YouTube and these other platforms. I'm like, we were all trained by broadcast radio, broadcast TV to tune in to learn something at a certain time of a certain day of the certain week. And many people have forgotten that, yet they've all been trained. I grew up in the 80s before the internet. So you just followed your set schedule. You go to school these days, you play sports these days, and if you had a favorite radio, like black and white TV, I grew up in black and white TV, and like you just tuned in that particular time. And now with the internet, so that's how we were programmed. This is what we like to do. This is the time we show up, right?
Right.
Mama kicked us out of house at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. When we didn't have it. She didn't expect us back till 5 for supper, right?
Right.
And we went out, survival of the fittest. We went out, survived, we came back. And now it's like the internet's come in and everyone's distracted by stuff. And I'm like, just keep your schedule. You want to build the audience? You want to be successful with sales? Show up for your customer at the time you're saying you're showing up. And it's not just going to be random chant. It's not going to just be random. You're going to show up. You're going to go onto your Google Maps, set your office hours, and you just show up, and then people know when to show up for you.
These are people, I challenge, anybody that's looking at this, I'll make a challenge to them. Put your phone down for 2 days. Put your phone down for 48 hours. Do not pick it up. And see what happens. My wife, she said, "Where's your phone?" I say, "It might be upstairs."
I lose mine. I misplace mine on purpose all the time. But
I do it all the time. So when we went to the Bahamas for 7 days, I left my phone on the kitchen counter.
Oh.
So when we got on the plane, she was like, "Where's your phone?" I said, "The house." She said, "Why you didn't bring your phone?" I said, "I'm on vacation." I said, "You got your phone. You can take pictures with your phone." Okay. Now, when I got back, there's a lot of messages and this. I don't care. I grew up without cell phones. We didn't have
100%.
pages.
100%.
Okay. You have to look at your past life. I wish the whole world can go back to the 60s from a financial standpoint, period, to where communities took care of communities, period. You lived in a community. You had the corner stores to where those people wasn't trying to get rich. They just was taking care of their damn community. I grew up in New Orleans to where we would get groceries for our grandparents. They don't pay their bills until Friday when they got paid.
100%.
Why we can't go back to that? Okay, Walmart then took over the world. There's a Walmart that just built right down the street, right? Like I say, everything is about money. People don't even speak no more. It costs you nothing to say good morning. Nothing. It costs you nothing to smile. Why we don't do that no more? Well, I don't know who that is. Well, damn it, say good morning. Just say good morning. Okay? Right now, I think my blessing is the fact that I can go to a store and pay for an old person's groceries, or go to a restaurant and pay for their meal. Why? Because the look on their damn face when the bill comes or how much start. My grandmother raised me with that little purse in her bra that she take out to pull out the change and maybe $2 to get the groceries. So when I see an old lady or old man with those little purses, I ask permission to pay for their food. And a lot of people are shocked. "Oh, well, you don't have to do that." Yes, I do. Because somebody did it for me. People say, "What you mean?" In the military, if I was in uniform, you'd be surprised how many free meals I done got.
Okay.
So guess what? I play it forward. Right now, everybody need help, man.
100%.
Everybody. You can go to the gas station. You travel a lot. You can look at certain people that get out their car and look at the pump, and they get that look like, "It costs this much?" Hey, check it out. Can I fill your tank up for you? Who would do that? What? Can I fill your tank up for you? You got that look on your face like you're struggling financially. And I'm not trying to get in your business, But with your permission, can I fill up your tank? Well, can you play it forward when you can? Sometimes you can't. It's gonna come back around, y'all. It'll come back around. Somebody's gonna help you with something. What I hate about traveling on the road right now is all the signs with lawyers.
Oh, that's one thing I
I
noticed.
can't stand
Morgan
that.
and Morgan follow me around everywhere. It's like me
Thank you.
and my wife got a little joke about Morgan and Morgan. So.
You know, or if you do, look, I'm not trying to get in no damn accident to get no damn $10 million. Why would I want to get an accident and I'm in a
I think
wheelchair?
I think it's actually subliminal programming because you see all
And that's all it is. So everybody's mindset is to get more money.
the money.
It's all about money.
Because they advertise how much their cases are settled for.
No, they don't. They do not. Now they still tell you if you don't win, you don't have to pay. Well, if you win, no, if you win, they're gonna take at least 6% of your money.
Oh yeah.
But then again, you got more than you had. But that's why they make billions and trillions of dollars. My mindset has shifted to enjoy my life. The reason I like to play golf ball, the golf ball don't talk back to me.
Golf ball don't talk back to you.
I can hit the ball, whether it go left, right, whatever. But the golf, it don't talk back to me. I can have a terrible round and one good shot, and I'm gonna complain the whole day. Damn, I played bad today. Oh, but I had that one good shot. So I'm gonna go back tomorrow. See what I'm getting at? So my life is simple, but I earned the right to be here.
No,
And
and the one thing that I appreciated golfing with you was that you saw my swing, and then you were just giving me minor. Because I told you I grew up walking a 9-hole golf course in northern Canada because I had a membership. So I started that way, and then I fallen off recently. But even as a kid, I had professional lessons, right? And I was like, okay. And then you saw me struggle. You're like, okay, now it's time for the gloves. I'm like, yeah, Florida's hot. It's time to put the gloves on because the club's slipping. So you could just those little helpful tips, because some of my drives are great and other ones I'm like, okay, it's time for adjustment. So
well, the reason I do that, the guys I play with is real good. We gamble a little bit, and everybody be like, "Why are you trying to help them?" I said, "Man, I want to beat them, but I want to beat them at their best game.
exactly, the best
I want
game.
to beat you at your best game, not your worst game. Okay? Because if I'm helping you and I beat you, for me, it's a win-win."
No, and I appreciate it because I'm gonna say I've done a lot of charity golf tournaments where I've sponsored and we've done best ball, and I'm like, wait a minute, has anyone actually given helpful tips? But you struggle,
Yeah. And
right?
now I do have some friends that I play with.
It.
I like to see them struggle. Okay? Because we talk trash. Especially if you beat me last week.
But this is my client, so I'll speak for one thing, and I'm like, okay, let's fix this, because I don't know what level of technology you have and how efficient you are with certain business workflow processes in your life. I know you're running your business, running your household, making money, but are you doing it as efficient as possible? Probably not, because you need some tips, right? And I'll get asked to help in one area, and then I see the rest of the struggle, and I'm like, hey, can I give you some tips? Because I'm like, I see you doing this, and I think you could be much more efficient with your time if we change it a little bit. Right? I'm like, are you open to learn? I'm like, you only hired me for one thing, but I'm going to give you a couple other. I'm going to straighten you out a little bit in a few other places that I can visually see, just because I'm here to help, because that's how you sell more. But I'm not into selling more. It's about getting the referrals.
Yes.
Right? Because if I help you and you like my strategy and how I help you, then you're going to instantly know, like, and trust me. But then B, refer me to all your friends who need the same level of help that you need.
But
right?
you know, the best training in the world is after work.
After work.
And I'm gonna tell you, being in the military, we have a group of friends that for 3 years in San Diego, every weekend we was at somebody's house,
Okay.
right? When we get together as a group, when you sitting down after work, and anybody in sales need to understand this. What we did in Tampa, the VIP thing, when we go to the cigar bar and
Hmm.
have a drink, now you talking business. Your mind is open because you had a couple of drinks, smoke a cigar, you relax. What made me successful as a recruiter was to listen to my people that work for me. They got great ideas. Because see, they watching you fail. And sometimes they'll be like, well, Chief, did you think about doing this? See, that's when you take off the chief anchor and you be a person. Be like, you know what? I didn't even think about it like that. Okay. People say, what you mean by that? I say the people that know the most is the workers, the worker bee. I was an aircraft engine, right? I worked on aircraft engines, but I learned because I read the book on what I need to do. But I learned from other guys that I ranked because guess what? There was better mechanics than me. Even though I'm in charge, don't mean I know everything. So I listen to my people. And if I won an award, I gave it to them. This is your award, not mine. I'm getting it as a zone supervisor, but this is yours because you came up with the idea.
Exactly.
So guess what you just did? You just made a leader. Some of my people got so good, other zones wanted them. Now they didn't want to leave because we was the number one zone. Oh, you have to leave. You got to take that zone to help them be number one. That's what you got to train people. Sometimes it's good to leave. Sometimes you can't
Totally.
stay.
It's knowing when to leave. It is. It's
It's
totally.
knowing when to leave. And it's popping up here, I don't want to be here no more. Leave.
Because I get this with my with my people, because they're like they're always coming to me with new ideas. I'm like, hey, if you're confident with this idea, somebody's reached out because they need help with their technology. I'm like,
Hmm.
I just need a solution that they're happy with and that they can implement themselves and they're confident with the solution, right?
Yes.
I've got my 21 years of on-site tech support and remote tech support is my 21 years. That's what I built. Those are my life experiences. I've got my Bachelor of Science. I got all my certifications.
Hmm.
Those certifications built the type of solutions that I deliver to my customers. My employees and my contractors, they have different life experiences, right?
Yeah.
And they say, well, why do you do it this way? I'm like, this is how I was trained. And these are the solutions I have given to people that have worked and I've got paid for them. But if you have a different solution, you can try it with the customer. I'm not holding you. You don't have to do it my way. You just need to get
Exactly.
them a solution that they're happy with and solves their problem for today. And encourages that end user to go and leave us a 5-star Google review on Google Maps, because that is Google's the trust engine we use for reviews, and I prefer that's how we get the reviews, because then Google Maps, when people search for us and they search for us in Canada, United States, or Dubai, I want our Google Map, I want our profile to show up with our services and our smiley faces, and
Yes.
you can read the independent reviews.
Well, see, in sales, like, okay, what you just said, when people ask you something like that, well, Jay, why do you do it like that? Because that's the way I do it. Why shouldn't I do it this way? The look on their face, now this way, this turns positive. Some people are like, well, have you ever thought about it this way? So now you learn it. You're like, no, I never really thought about it that way. Let me look into that. It might help you to improve more than you want to.
Exactly. So I'm like, I'm all open, because I'm like, it's all, business and building a team. It's all, even marriage, it's all collaboration.
It better be, because this is the problem. You don't know who you married. And people are like, Jay, what does that? I said, well, let me tell you something. The person that you married is not the person that you know. But through the years, you're going to get to know them and they're going to get to know you. 42 years with my wife,
Wow.
right?
Okay.
We had a
Congrats.
great conversation 2 weeks ago, and the conversation was, we back to trusting each other. That really, I'm like, wow, because you've been through the ups and downs and the highs and lows. You've been through, I don't want to be with your ass no more. Okay, we've been through that. We got through that. Okay, but then sometimes space, like she like to go on cruises. I don't. Bye. Go with your girlfriends. See you get back. I was in the Navy 24 years. I don't go back on no damn boat. Okay.
And at the boats.
But what I'm saying is, I went with her once. It took 17 years to get me there. You see, when we
Okay.
got off the boat, I said, this ain't never going to happen again for me. Okay. Because I want to go somewhere to where I can get off the boat and play a round of golf. I don't want to get off for 4 to 6 hours and got to get back on the boat. Can we go somewhere and spend at least one night? You know, but those cruises
You
cost,
want a full night off the boat as an excursion.
yes, I want to get off the boat, man. And I like being out at sea. I like that part. I don't like the people.
Oh, the 4 to 6 hour excursion. You
I
feel
can't stand
rushed then?
we have a good time, but when you back on the boat, it's too many people for me.
Yeah, we've done three cruises on Carnival, so I feel it.
Yes, and then see, I can't do cruises with children. And that's just me.
I get it.
That's just me.
I
But
want
now,
to
man,
thank you for your time today. I got to wrap up because I got an
okay,
oil change in 2 hours. I got to get off to and get a couple other things wrapped up. But as you said, we're gonna do this every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern and sit here and chat about sales. And the chat's open, so if anybody's got questions, we're streaming right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And if you got any questions for myself or Jimmy, ask away, and we'll answer your questions. I was at a trade show this weekend, and a lot of people asked me why YouTube, and I'm like, well, what are you doing right now with promoting yourself? And they're like, well, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm struggling. And I'm like, well, this is why we're picking one time a week to live stream everywhere. So I'm like, you're already doing it, but I want you to be, work on being more efficient with it and hitting more audience.
yeah.
Right. And we'll show you how to do that with IamYouTubeFamous.com.
Well, you're doing a great thing with it, because if so many people watch YouTube, there's a lot of knowledge here, a lot of knowledge.
More eyeballs every day on YouTube than Netflix and Disney Plus combined.
Okay. Well,
Right?
you to work me up to it.
And it's free for the people worried about money. It's free, and you can
Okay.
start it yourself. Like, you just have to get onto the app and go live, or take your podcast. Or if you're an author like myself and got a couple books, I'm like, it's a perfect example of just getting used to the camera, sitting there and reading to the audience a page
Okay.
a day, a chapter a day, even the full book if you want, and just getting used to talking.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, what I'll do is I'll try to do this with you at least once a month.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
I
good.
got a busy schedule the next 3 months. My son about to have his first baby.
Okay.
My daughter will
Perfect.
graduate from college, and I'm going to family reunion.
Okay.
So I'll follow with you in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And between that, if you need anything, it ain't nothing but a phone call away.
100%. You got my number, so you call me. All right.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Hey, have a good day, and make sure you tell the family Jay and Barbara said hi.
They say hi too. All right.
All right, my man.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
You too.